Social and behavioral science through Internet. Hello, this presentation entitled Social and Behavioral Science through Internet explores the intersection of social and behavioral sciences with digital technologies and online platforms. It delves into how Internet-mediated communication and interactions shape human behavior, attitudes, and societal dynamics. By examining the dynamics of online interaction, identity, and influence, learners could contribute to a deeper understanding of the complex relationship between technology and human behavior in the digital age. At the end of this presentation, you will be able to define the meaning of netiquette, explain at least 5 rules for communicating on the Internet, distinguish between good and poor netiquette practices. Unit 1. Social and Behavioral Science through Internet. Subsection 1.1. Introduction. Subsection 1.2. Distinguish between good and poor netiquette practices. 1.1. Introduction. Humans are social creatures, and while understanding cultural norms comes naturally in our physical environments, it can be harder in digital spaces. But online messaging platforms and the rise of social media have led to an implicit agreement on global communication standards. Even digital natives, those immersed in digital tech from birth, can benefit from a crash course in Internet manners. Your digital footprint is as real as your actual footprint. And with online tracking technology, it can be traced just as easily. Netiquette refers to the informal guidelines for appropriate behavior when interacting with others online. Since online communication is primarily nonverbal, it's essential to practice good etiquette to ensure clear and respectful messaging. Proper etiquette should be practiced on all online platforms and devices, including social media, web forums, emails, computers, messaging, and more. It always pays to make a conscious effort to be polite and courteous in all your dealings online, as anything you post or send may very well come back to haunt you. Netiquette helps you prevent identity theft and other types of cybercrime by safeguarding your personal information and protecting your communications. Netiquette also helps you book appointments more smoothly, develop relationships more effectively, and find information more quickly. Adhering to netiquette helps develop positive online habits, boosts confidence, and ensures that your message is understood as intended. Professionals who can particularly benefit from practicing netiquette include business professionals, students, hiring managers, social media managers, teachers. 1.2. Distinguish between good and poor netiquette practices. Key elements of poor email etiquette include neglecting proper email structure. This involves issues like missing subject lines, unclear subject lines, or lengthy subject lines that fail to convey the essence of the email. Professional email address and signature oversights. Using an informal or inappropriate email address and not including a concise, professional email signature. Content and tone missteps. Sending business emails with an overly casual tone, using slang, or not double-checking for spelling and grammar mistakes. For example, business emails that lack a short, clear subject line or a professional email address can set the wrong tone from the outset. In the following table entitled Common Mistakes in Email Etiquette, you may check in each case. Subject line blunders. Poor email etiquette examples. Effective subject lines are vital in email communication. A clear subject line is crucial. Avoid generic lines like important and opt for specific, informative ones. Overly lengthy subject lines lose effectiveness and may not display fully. A professional tone in the subject line can increase engagement, whereas a casual tone can lead to a 15% increase in email disregard. How to correct error. Craft good subject line lines that are precise, concise, and reflect the email's content, enhancing reader engagement. Professional versus unprofessional email addresses, a comparative view. Your email address reflects your professional persona. Using a format like firstname.lastname@company.com is seen as credible and can increase response rates by 50%. How to correct error. Opt for a professional email format to enhance credibility when sending messages and ensure your emails are taken seriously in a business context. Grammar and spelling. Accuracy in grammar and spelling is key to professional communication. Grammatical errors and spelling mistakes can lead to misinterpretation and a significant decrease in perceived professionalism. How to correct error? Regularly utilize spell check and grammar tools to maintain accuracy and professionalism in your emails. Tone and language missteps in poor email etiquette. The tone and language in your emails can significantly impact their reception. Using slang or informal language can reduce the email's seriousness and professionalism. Excessive use of exclamation marks and emojis. While they might seem friendly, overuse can be perceived as unprofessional in many business contexts. If you don't know the person for a long period of time, avoid using humor. How to correct error? Adopt a balanced, professional tone, especially in initial communications. Ensure that your language aligns with the expected norms of your industry and target audience. In the following table entitled Common Errors Related to Content and Structure Pitfalls you may check in each case. The email body is the core of your message, and mistakes here can significantly impact the message's clarity and reception. Long paragraphs can lose the reader's attention and bury important points. How to correct error? Use short paragraphs and bullet points when writing for clarity. For example, in writing a business proposal email, bullet points can effectively summarize key benefits or steps. Disorganized content. A lack of structure makes the email hard to follow and key points easy to miss. How to correct error? Use a clear structure. Write an introduction to state the email's purpose, followed by the main content, and then write a conclusion to summarize or call to action. Missing essential information. Failing to include critical details when sending emails like meeting dates or action items can render an email ineffective. How to correct error? Ensure all necessary details are included. If it's a meeting invite, specify the date, time, and agenda upfront. The opening line. The opening line is crucial in setting the right tone and engaging the reader. Generic or irrelevant openings. Common lines like "hope you're doing well" can feel impersonal and are often overlooked. How to correct error? Tailor the opening line to your email recipient and the email's purpose. For instance, "I'm reaching out regarding our discussion on X topic last week." The art of the subject line. The subject line is a critical element that can determine whether an email is opened or ignored. A subject line like "update" is too vague, while "exciting news inside" might set false expectations. How to correct error? Be specific and accurate. For instance, Project X, updated timeline and next steps gives a clear idea of the email's content. Overly long or short subject lines. Both extremes can be ineffective. Too long, and it gets cut off. Too short, and it lacks relevant information. How to correct error? Find a balance. Include enough detail to inform but keep it concise enough to be read at a glance, navigating email threads. Avoid poor email etiquette. Email threads can become complex, especially in lengthy discussions straying off topic. Adding unrelated content can cause confusion and frustrate participants. How to correct error? Keep replies on topic. If a new subject arises, start writing to address it in a separate email thread. Excessive use of reply all. Not everyone needs to see every response. How to correct error? Use reply all sparingly. Only include those directly involved or affected by the particular response. In the following table entitled Email Etiquette in the Workplace you may check in each case. Responding to emails. In the workplace, how one responds to emails can set the tone for professional interactions. Common errors include delayed responses or ignoring emails, especially when they involve critical business correspondence. For example, neglecting an email that requires immediate action or feedback, such as a follow-up email from a client or a query from a business owner, can lead to negative consequences. How to correct error? Prioritize your emails based on their urgency and relevance. Acknowledge the receipt of emails promptly, even if you can't provide a complete response immediately. For each email, especially those involving sensitive information, ensure that your reply is thorough, addresses all queries, and maintains a tone-good impression of professionalism. CC, BCC, and reply all. The misuse of CC, BCC, and reply all features in emails is a frequent misstep. A common mistake is overusing reply all for messages that don't require everyone's attention or including too many recipients in sensitive email chains. How to correct error? Use CC to include relevant stakeholders who need to be informed. BCC is ideal for sending emails to large groups while protecting individual email addresses. Be judicious with reply all, only use it when your message is pertinent to all recipients. Always double-check recipient lists before sending emails, particularly those containing sensitive information. Sensitive information. Handling sensitive information in emails requires discretion and a clear understanding of email privacy. Poor email etiquette includes discussing confidential topics in long email chains or failing to use secure methods to transmit sensitive data. How to correct error? Confirm recipient details before sending sensitive emails. Be explicit about concerns regarding confidentiality if the email contains private information. Consider using encrypted email services for highly sensitive communications and remind recipients to avoid forwarding such emails to unauthorized persons. Crafting effective follow-up emails. Effective follow-up emails are key to maintaining professional relationships and ensuring ongoing projects stay on track. However, poorly written follow-up emails, such as those with vague subject lines like checking in or those that don't provide sufficient context, can lead to misunderstandings or be perceived as unprofessional. How to correct error? Be specific in your subject line, such as follow-up on meeting action items, date. Provide a brief recap of previous communications for context and clearly state the purpose of your follow-up. Respect the recipient's time, avoid sending multiple follow-ups in a short period, and always ensure that each follow-up adds value to the relevant person in the ongoing conversation. Synopsis. Proper etiquette should be practiced on all online platforms and devices including social media, web forums, emails, computers, messaging, and more. It always pays to make a conscious effort to be polite and courteous in all your dealings online, as anything you post or send may very well come back to haunt you. Poor email etiquette in professional communication can lead to serious consequences, including damage to one's professional image, communication breakdowns, and weakened business relationships. Poorly written or irrelevant emails can reduce workplace efficiency by cluttering inboxes and distracting from important tasks. Understanding and improving email etiquette is essential for fostering effective and professional communication in the business environment. Workplace email communication often reveals examples of poor email etiquette. Learning from these examples is essential for improving business correspondence.